Well, I've been continuing on with my entire playthrough of the God of War series. In previous episodes, I talked about God of War 1 and 2. Just the other day, I just finished God of War 3, and I should probably switch to B-roll. But yeah, I finished God of War 3, and man, this is a game. It sure as heck is a game. Man, this game is like I would say it's one of the craziest experiences I've ever had. Like with the title, I mean, like they full bore go about as like hardcore with this series or with this one game as they could possibly go. Because I felt like to an extent, 1 and 2 were like gory and did a bunch of things, but it was kind of reserved in some areas. This game is like not reserved whatsoever. They like almost totally ditched a lot of the puzzle elements that were like very integral in 1 and 2. Not saying this one doesn't have puzzle elements, but they definitely like went hardcore in the cinematics and the QTEs and the gore. Like this game is, oh, man, like some of the brutality. To be honest, at all, like I'm think me and Phoenix have talked about it in the past, but I can almost now kind of understand the direction they went in with God of War 2018, because when I see that game and some of like the trailers and stuff, it looks very reserved and kind of more of a character study of Kratos, and I can understand why they went in that direction coming off of this game, because this game is like Kratos like ripping people's heads off. He's
Well,
like
hold your reservations until you actually play the game. Like I know what you're
until God of
saying.
War.
Yeah, I mean, it's the new game from what I recall has its moments for sure. Like it's not like that gory factor kind of, hardcore brutality is gone. It's a slower paced game, but you'll find that out.
I mean, this game is just like crazy, man. I mean, I would most definitely say this is my favorite out of the three, and I don't know. I really enjoyed 1. 2, I felt like was a slight downgrade. I definitely agree because for many years I'd heard that this was everyone's favorite up until 2018 had come out, and I would say most definitely for me, this is now my new favorite God of War game. I mean, some of the cinematics and some of the outright just scenes for this game are just crazy, man. I mean, he literally kills like every Greek mythological hero you can like think of.
Yeah, I watched you play
And
most of it when he was chopping off the legs to Hermes. Oh,
oh, for
oh,
Hermes,
poor Hermes.
and Hermes was such a douche too. That's another thing that I really like about this series is you know, growing up and stuff in certain medias, you kind of like you think that like the Greek mythology heroes are like kind of good guys and stuff, and it's like no. If you really know a lot of the lore in Greek mythology, like a lot of them are like douchebags. Zeus is a douchebag, and
Zeus
it's
is an
like
extra douchebag.
yeah, Zeus is a big douchebag, and like he's got he's got bastards everywhere. And like this game, man, they go full on. Zeus is a douchebag, and I'm actually really curious because this game ends. And spoilers if you haven't played God of War 3, but this game essentially ends with Kratos killing every single god and every single titan, and essentially sending the world into, I guess, almost like a Ragnarok, basically, like what's going on in the new series. And he kind of kills himself, and it's just like I'm kind of curious now to see how God of War 2018 starts, because the whole human race should be dead, and then he should be too. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
You
been a
know,
little
don't
bit
say
since I
anything.
played 2018, but it's an odd transition. Like it doesn't give you any build up. It just throws you into like a whole new realm, setup, everything. They do kind
Mm-hmm.
of piece together like kind of what happened to Leda stuff, but it's you have to kind of dig for it. So I don't know if you're gonna get that answer you're wanting, at least not immediately. But I'll let you play through it and you can decide.
I'll definitely be kind of bummed if I play 2018 and there aren't references to like some of the events that happen here, because this stuff is like world shattering. Like I don't know. This is like as close to like some crazy anime Dragon Ball, you know, crazy massive battles as
I
you
don't
can
recall
imagine.
there being a lot of references. I mean, it's been a few years since I played it, and I didn't play 3 leading up to it, so maybe I just missed a lot of the references. But the God of War 2018 is very much its own thing. Like they wanted to be a reboot, and it is. It definitely kind of breaks, off from whatever this was kind of leaning towards. And there are moments that does kind of, pull you back to the old God of War and tease a few things. But this game, the new game, is not about that like at all. So I will be very curious to kind of see what your take is shifting from it. I'm curious what you're going to think about the gameplay shift because it is completely different.
Is it more of a walking simulator? It seems like
I don't want to say that. No, it's not. I mean, it's an action adventure game. It's got pretty in-depth combat and everything, but it's not. Man, I want to say. I mean, this is like the Devil May Cry kind of style, like the old school ones. Almost. I won't say arcadey, but almost. You don't have any of that in the new God of War. Personally, I like the old ones, and I've even played all three of the original God of Wars. I've only played the first one. I've pretty much overlooked the second one completely, and I watch people play the third one now like 2 times, you and an old buddy. But just from my experience with that gameplay, I preferred it. Just the really fast pace, just craziness.
This one you mean you preferred over the
Yeah,
other ones?
like the 1 through 3 style of gameplay. As even though I haven't played a lot of 2 and 3, just I mean they all have very similar gameplay. You could probably confirm that. 2018 is a whole different beast. It's a
This one has.
Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say this one has a much better gameplay, in my opinion. Like everything feels smoother, free flowing. You have way more options as to like the weapons and your abilities, and I don't know. I feel like this one leaps and bounds. This one feel like going from the PS2 to the PS3. This is like one of the better. Like, okay, this is a generational leap
Yeah.
for like gaming. You know what I mean? Like I can see why people love this game. When it came out. What were you gonna say?
Nothing. I think I'm just going to leave. I think I'll be very interested to see where you land on the new God of War after playing these 3 back to back and having so much time with this style of God of War. How you're going to feel about the new one because it is a complete shift in tone and gameplay and everything. It's a great game. I mean, I'm not going to downplay how good of a game it is, but it's a very different game. So be ready for that. Are you going to hop right into 2018, or are you going to go back and try to squeeze Ascension in, or any of those other ones?
I think I'm gonna try and squeeze Ascension in. I'm gonna try and beat that. These games are all really short. I've beaten all 3 of them in 4 streams or less.
Yeah.
Or 4 streams, I think, in all of them, which is like.
When
Normally my
does
streams are like 2 hours long, so that's 4.
when
8
does
hours.
Ragnarok come out?
November 9th, I think.
Okay, so you've still got some time, yeah. As long as you don't have any Halloween plans to play a game during
I
that
was
time.
worried about October because I'm gonna be going on vacation. I'll be in New York for like 5 or 6 days, and then
I would say
gonna
jump
try and-
into 2018 then now. It's a longer game than the other ones.
Is
Not,
it really okay?
not extremely. It's still not a super long
I
game.
can always go back to Ascension or something like that.
That's what I would recommend because I think I don't know. I'm most interested in seeing your opinion on the shift in tone. Like Ascension, from what I remember, at least people saying, is kind of more the same gameplay wise. I mean, the story I'm sure is a different beast, but I don't know. I would say shift into the new one, but of course it's your channel. You do you.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But yeah, once again, man, this game had so many like moments and just awesome parts. Like you just have like in the previous games, you had battles with some god and some heroes, but there wasn't like a ton. This game is like literally every half hour, 45 minutes, you are taking on some Greek mythological god or being. It's like you kill all the brothers, you kill Poseidon, Hades, Zeus, Hephaestus, Helios, the god of the sun. You kill like all of the major titans. You get to make love to Aphrodite. This game is just like you're doing like the whole shebang of Greek mythology stuff, and it's pretty awesome to say the least.
Nice. Very cool. I am very much looking forward to you playing the next one.
My stream did get what is it rated 18 and up for the Aphrodite part, so
I would imagine.
be careful with that one.
All right.
But yeah, I'm excited for maybe later on this week I'll try and start 2018. I would like to try and get that done to leave October open to as many. I want to play at least a couple horror games for October,
Yeah,
so
we
I
can finally play Friday the 13th. That we've been meaning to play for like 4 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd be down for it. But yeah, once again, guys, I loved God of War 3. I think this is like, I mean, I for PS3 titles, this is one of the best, in my opinion. I didn't play a heck of a whole lot from that library, but I'm sure like this is probably up there with some like The Last of Us's other PS3 games for sure, in my opinion.
Nice.